Oh, okay. Center aisle. The audio does not seem to be working. Yeah, I had a setting wrong. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. Um, where do I start? I don't know. Someone can pretend they know what I just said, right? No, thanks. Center aisle audio was not working. Yeah, I just had my setting was wrong there, so that should be good to go now. How many minutes ago did he put that on there? And this is what happens, man. That's why I need Otis to keep me keep me straight. I told you my head wasn't exactly screwed on right. Well, no one heard it, but I said my head wasn't screwed on right coming in. So let me quickly. I set up this board. I'm going using BoardGameHelper.com. I had to inform Board Game Helper that I was not indeed a robot, even though I'm playing one on TV today. The Federation token up there is 7 points and 2 ore. Here we have the Lost Planet. The advanced tech tokens here are 3 points for every mine that you put on the board after you take that advanced tech tile. We have 3 knowledge once around, 5 points every time you get a 5 points at the time you take that for every Federation token that you have at the time you take it. So it could be like a 20-point play late. I don't love it on the AI track with the Bescods, but I will see where we're going with that. 3 ore once around is an action. 2 points for every sector that you have colonized. So that again another good late game play. I really like that happening up there at the top of the economic track. The interesting thing in here is that there's 2 point getters on both ends of this economic track. But remember, I could be in level 5 of the economic track, take this advanced tech tile, and advance in any other research area. So might be able to get both of them anyway. And then at the top of the knowledge track, knowledge research area, we have 2 points for every Gaia planet you have colonized. Again, not that interested in that. Don't see myself doing too many Gaia planets. Although I got a little bit of a problem with the knowledge track is that the one down here, the standard tech tile, is 3 points for every Gaia planet you colonize after you take that tile. And I just, again, don't really love that and will want to be getting up to that knowledge track as we go. 11 minutes ago is when you started. Cool. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I think I just had a switched. I had a setting wrong, so I really appreciate it. Center aisle coming strong, man. Really, hugely helpful in my first in my first Cloudspire video that I put out a while back. So I do appreciate the assist. All right, the standard tactiles again, 1 ore in cycle 1 during income. That's on the terraforming track. I have found myself with the best gods going up the terraforming track fairly regularly, so I do like blitzing that. I do expect that I'll have 4 or 5 Federation tokens by the end of this game, and we're going to want those Federation tokens to get to the top of those research areas. I expect I'll be up at the top of 3 or 4 of them by the end of the game, and having those Federation tokens to flip is really nice, and it's a nice little point grab, a nice little ore boost. So I do like that up there, and I do expect to blitz up the terraforming track as we go. We have 1 knowledge for each planet type that we have colonized. I like that there. It's a good play to, be on level 4, and then in round 5 I can grab that, flip into there, get a bunch of knowledge, blitz up a bunch of other tracks. 4 credit during income. The cycle 4 once around. I love that tactile. I do not love it in the Gaia forming track. Again, I don't see myself doing a heavy Gaia forming game, so I'll have to consider how I want to get that or if I can kind of make things work without that. If I'm getting all the other income tiles, I might be able to make do without that cycle 4. Plus, with the Planetary Institute ability, as it is for the best gods, we might be cycling a lot of power anyway, spending a lot of points to do it, but a lot of cycling anyway that I might be able to get around without it. Plus, you have the fact that the Xenos have a way of really cramping up your style and hogging this power QIC track anyway. So it might be a game where I try to make do without that tech tile. Again, 7 points when you grab that tile. Already talked about the tech tile, the standard tech tile on the knowledge track. And then the final 3 that aren't affiliated with any particular track. So you take any of those 3, you can go up on whatever track you want. 1 ore and 1 QIC, 1 knowledge and 1 credit during income, and then this turns all of your planetary institute and your academies into 4 power. Now that does combo with your Planetary Institute ability that it actually, if your Planetary Institute or Academy are on a gray planet, if all that's now it's worth 5 power. So let me actually get into the abilities of the Bescods. I did read this, but apparently I was just reading this to myself, which is fine. So the Bescods, planet type, titanium. The positions of your Planetary Institute and academies are swapped on your faction board, as is the income you gain for trading stations and research labs. As with the other factions, upgrading to an academy or a research lab allows you to gain a tech tile. So this does take some getting used to. This is a really weird board. In some ways, this is probably the most advanced of the Gaia factions, especially since it's the last faction I'm featuring on the channel. And after you play this game a certain way for the other 13, it's like, oh, the best gods require a little bit different analysis. That especially happens in the final round, or the final couple of rounds, where you're like, oh, I really need to get to an academy, so I'm going to upgrade my trading station to a research lab, then go to my academy. Oh, wait, no, I go directly from my trading stations to my academies. It's a really can be a very powerful effect. It also can help you get your academies out earlier than you might. And there might be some incentive, probably more so than any other faction, to not get your Planetary Institute on the board, right? But if I don't get my Planetary Institute on the board, I'm not getting the +2 power or the Cycle 4 every round. And if I'm not taking this tech tile, that might not work very well. So I have to think about how I want to make that work. But suffice to say, your research labs and your trading stations are in the same place where they normally are on the board. You still upgrade from a mine to a trading station. However, the trading stations give you knowledge. The research labs, when they're off the board at income, they give you credit. And then research labs become your Planetary Institute, and your trading stations become your academies. It's very, very trippy. The special ability of the Planetary Institute, as I said, the power value of your structures on gray planets, your home type, the titanium planets, is increased by 1 in addition to any other effects that increase their value. Again, so these would be worth 5 on a titanium planet. 5. This would be worth 3 on a titanium planet. So this is why you can get so many trading Federation tokens with the Bescods, and I plan on having 3, 4, or 5 of those Federation tokens by the end, which again another reason why I'm looking at that. Although I haven't been doing much with the AI track with the Bescods, as I think I already said, but I can't remember if I said it when you were actually hearing me or not. So I'll say it again. We have the once around ability here. As an action, you can advance your lowest level token in a research area without paying knowledge. If multiple of your tokens are tied for the lowest level, choose which of the tied tokens to advance. To advance to level 5 this way, you must still flip a Federation token as normal. Remember, only one player can reach level 5 of each research area. So that's pretty cool early. Like, this is what helps get your income going, get your engine moving. But late, it's kind of useless, where you're like, well, I get to move up 1 on the AI track. Like, great, I get a QIC, but really it's not doing much for me beyond the 1 QIC. And obviously, if you haven't moved up to knowledge track, it's like, wait, great, at round 6, I can get up. I can get 1 extra knowledge and income, but there's no more income rounds, right? I do love how it says that you cannot use this ability to get into level 5. I'm sorry, that if you use it to get to level 5, you have to flip a Federation token. If you have all your stuff on level 4 and you're tied at level 4 in more than one, and you go into level 5 with that ability, God bless you. Can't even compute how that's even mathematically possible. So I won't worry about that little caveat, but I appreciate that it's in the rules. But generally speaking, this is really where you just get a bunch of income, and it's like, all right, if you really need that ore, well, you have a way to get it, even if you don't have the 4 knowledge, right? I can go there, get the 2 ore from the terraforming track. So it's a cool little ability. I do find the Bescods, their early rounds are fairly underwhelming, but because of this ability and what else the Bescods have coming, going on, especially if you're able to lean heavily into that knowledge thing, your late game is really where a lot of crazy things can happen. And you're spending a lot more points to make power a lot of times, again, because of this ability, if you ever Planetary Institute out. So I have seen myself like being like between 25 or 40 going into round 5 or 6, and then just have a absolute tsunami of points in those last couple of rounds as you're getting all those federations, and as you're doing a lot of things on the research areas and whatnot. So it's a really crazy backloaded faction that I've had a lot of success in my 2 warm-up games that I did yesterday. It's just a very weird, trippy faction to play. So I think there is a lot of strength here. They're just super tricky. So I mean, we'll get to, I'm curious if having spent a lot more time with the Bescods in recent weeks, if I had done my top 10 Gaia Project faction video now, they might not be outside the top 10. I mean, there's only 14, but they do take such a different approach to the game. There's a little bit of like Starlight in them if you're a Spirit Island fan. Like there's like you're kind of building your own faction more than the rest. Like some of the factions are a little bit more one tracked where you kind of know what you need to do. The best gods have so much flexibility, but in that becomes so much more opportunity to mess it up and not have your engine come together. Daniel says, "What's up? I think my brother whooped me real bad once with these guys. We played like 10 games of Gaia in 2 weeks span, and since it has been sitting sadly on my shelf. But it will be back. Daniel, get that off your shelf, sir." Yeah, it's a hard game to get out. I definitely find my friend group goes through cycles with it where they want to play it, and then it's like, okay. Unfortunately, it's one of those situations I've just played so much more that they're not the most competitive games, but they're super interesting. I mean, the mechanics of this game are really fun, and it's fun to see like my friends kind of grapple with some of the mechanics and some of the strategies of this game. Even if I do have a pretty significant advantage going in, just having played it so much more. So the end game scoring is going to be the most planets in a federation. Again, if you're playing as the Atoma is going to have the most. No, no, sorry. I said planets. The most structures in a federation. The Atoma is going to take all their structures that I have on the board and just subtract one. The Xenos will probably destroy me in that category. I mean, I should have enough to at least beat the dummy player, but the Xenos start with a huge advantage just by having three instead of two mines on the board, and that does pay some dividends. Oh, by the way, the Xenos also do start on level 1 of the AI track. The other endgame scoring category is satellites. That's also huge advantage to the Xenos. Again, my goal with both of those are going to be just to make sure I beat the second place dummy player, and I'm fine with that. If I finish in third place in either of them, that's a huge swing, right? Because the Xenos will get 18 and I'll get 6. If they do that in both categories, I mean that's a 24-point gap. But if I can at least beat the dummy player, well now it's only a 12-point gap, right? So it's a nicer situation. But I don't see myself winning either of those categories. So since I'm losing points there, probably we'll see where I can gain them in other places. The round boosters, we have 5 points for building a planetary institute or an academy. That's both the first two rounds. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing, it means that because it's rounds one, two, or three, the Xenos are not getting any points from it. But I don't know if I'll be building either. I might be a little bit tempted to build one of my academies. I definitely don't want to get my Planetary Institute on the board uh, very early. I'm probably going to wait till very late to get that on the board. But we'll see how this plays out. We have 4 points for every Gaia planet that we settle on. Might be some way I can take advantage of that. 2 points for every terraforming step in round 4. 3 points for every Gaia planet we settle on in round 5. Oof, maybe I am doing more Gaia than I thought. And then 2 points for every research area we move up in round 6. That is huge. I guarantee you now I'm going to forget to get those 2 points multiple times. So that's where you all come in to make sure I don't cheat myself out of points. The round boosters. So those are the round scoring tiles. We have the round boosters. I'm sure I intermittently say those phrases not at the most appropriate times. We have expand your navigation by 3. Don't hate that. Cycle 2. We have 1 point for every Gaia planet you have settled. Plus, you get 4 credit and income. And I'm like, I don't want to do Gaia. And this game's like, nope, you're going to be doing a lot of Gaia planets. And you will like it, Greg. Suck it up. We get 1 point for every mine you have on the board when you pass, plus 1 ore in income, and then 3 points for every research lab you have on the board, plus 1 knowledge and income. So again, those are our round boosters. And then we have the planet. How is the planet going to look today? So the number 2 is going to be there. That is number 6, I think. Nope, I lied. Number 5 is going to be here. You're a liar, Greg. Liar. All right. How do I do this? Getting this on the board. But the camera is a little interesting. All right, that will work. We have number 4 in the center. Number 6 over here. Oh, we play terribly compared to competent players, I'm sure, but who cares? Daniel said, uh, Daniel, I'm sure you play absolutely great compared to most beginners. It's my educated guess, considering what else I know you play. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the more games you play, right? The easier it is to pick up a new game. But yeah, there's a huge learning curve in Gaia that it it's very tricky. And the solo mode, I remember it being not a terrible learning experience. I always was like really impressed with the solo mode and how it was designed, and I think Atoma Factory really did just an amazing job with the solo mode. But there's like a lot of finickiness in the rules, and now it's like second nature. I don't have to think about it that much, and I find it, super easy to do. But yeah, it definitely was a lot to learn at first, and I think I have reversed one and two. This is seven. I'm just yammering away. This is three. This is what did I do? Dear Lord, what have I done? Two? Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Did I? Alright, this is all wrong. It's all wrong, kids. Alright, so we're gonna do this again. I think I just tilted it different. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to figure it out. So we have. I'm just gonna redo it. What? It's a mess. Turn to the solo playthroughs and watch Greg see if he can get things organized. What number is that? Five. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why is this? None of this looks right. All right, we're gonna put five up there. We're gonna put four here. I think I just switched. I rotated the different in my phone the second time and just totally threw me off, and I can't get it back. So we're gonna put six here. But it's all the same, kids. It's all the same. Three here. Who is doing this? Seven here. All right, now this is looking like a board. This is looking like the board I know and love. We have four here. And we have two up here. Done. That only took 10 minutes, guys. We're going to put the Xenos on the board. Xenos are going to start with three mines. So we're going to say closest to center. This is clearly one of the three closest to centers. The rest were center. The rest we're going to have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 for sure. We're going to have to do a randomizer with one of the cards from the Atoma deck to see where the third Xenos mine is going to go. And we'll flip this. Boom. We're going to directional selection from the top. That's going to be this one over in this corner. And then we're going to have to do another randomizer card to determine what starting round booster the Atoma is going to start with, or what starting round booster is kind of redundant in that sentence. So what round booster the Atoma is going to start with. Make sure this is cool there. I am not sure about playing this solo. Somehow it does not have the appeal at this stage. Might as well play Maze Knight. I heard one of the winning conditions is probably setting up the map. Yes. I win. Game over. Thanks for coming in. So you got 11 minutes of me talking to myself, and then 10 minutes of me trying to set up the map. Today's live stream is touched, guys. Oh man, I swear. Sometimes, one day I'm gonna get good at doing this, guys. One day, just hold your breath. All right, we got this. They took the navigation from me. Those guys are the worst. So I'm taking out 7 cards. I'm looking for the 6 cards that have the green box, and then number 9. Doof, doo, doo, doo. That should be 7. I should have 6, 7, 8, 9. What? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right. So I'm going to shuffle the rest of these cards. There are 10, and I'm going to take out 1 for the first round, and then I'm going to take 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 4 cards left. They will just go out of play. They will not be used this game. I'll put these 5 cards there. I'm going to take the 1 card I'm adding now, which I'm not going to look at, and I'm going to take the 7 cards that I do know about. And we're going to shuffle these up. The Xenos have a couple of weird things going on. So they have their faction action. Their faction action is they're placing a mine range 2. So even if the support card says range 4, it's still only range 2. One nice thing is that we're not going to have to worry about whether or not the endgame scoring conditions are going to factor in. So the figuring out where the Xenos are building is going to be a lot easier. And we wanted to figure that out because neither satellites nor number of structures in a federation come into play when we consider exactly where the Xenos are acting. So that's nice. But so they're going to be building a mine range. The last game I played, it was like literally one was sectors and one was um, a new planet type, and it was like super annoying because it just took that much longer just to kind of carry out, and not a ton longer, but it's definitely another layer of consideration when you're carrying out all of the Atoma's actions. So anyway, so putting a mine range 2, we have the power QIC action, and then it gets 2 points. So that's for the faction action ability. Now the ongoing ability, when the Xenos are taking a power QIC action, except as part of a faction action, the Atoma resolves the effect twice using the same support card. So if the card is specifically just a power QIC action, you do this twice. If it is a faction action, you just do it once. So it's a little bit tricky to remember, but either way, it's the same thing. It just means that the Atoma will be clogging up these actions a little bit faster than most Atomas will. Kind of similar to how the ITARs work, except the ITARs are the opposite, where the ITARs only do power QIC actions once, I think, when it's on a card, but if it's a faction ability, they do it twice. Um, I have to. Do they do it? They might do it twice all the time. Now I'm curious, and I want to find out. Where are you, my Atoma cards? Anyway, Dan says good luck with this one. Anyway, got a bell. Cheers, Daniel. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Yeah, so the Atars are different, where they use the power QIC action twice for faction actions, but only once when you're resolving it any other time. Just nice. Alright, I'm going to put this there. Remind me, so when we get to the bottom 3 cards, could be potential end of round. I have to place my starting mines. Mines, where do you go? So I'm looking for gray planets. Exactly 0 planets of mine are range 2 from the Xenos. So that's fun. Ugh. Wow. That is not good. This one is. I mean, this is like the only place I can go to even get to a planet right next to the Xenos. Hopefully I get that free terraforming action. Oof. Or that free terraforming step. And then this one, I mean, I'm just going to go in the center of the board. I think that would give me a lot of options, especially looking at the 4 points for Gaia planets in round 3. Maybe I do blitz this a little bit, get a Gaia former. I don't know. I this game like always makes a liar out of me. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this, and then what do? I do exactly the thing that I say I'm not gonna do. What am I doing now? Is I'm putting these mines here to remind me of the end game, the end round scoring for the Atoma. Make sure I do not forget that. Hold on one sec. All right. Hmm. Rough. Well, I'm gonna go first. I need to figure out my round booster before I do that, though. Yeah, let me get some extra ore. The credit is tempting. The 4 credits tempting, but I'm not really building a Gaia planet this turn. So I'm going to do my income. I get 1, 2, 3, 4 ore. I go from 4 to 0. I get 1 knowledge. This is one of the few boards where you do not get 1 knowledge around. It is rough, and it's something to really consider. I do start with a QIC thanks to what's on my faction mat. I'm going to get how many credits? 0. I'm not cycling any power. I'm not getting an additional power. I'm not getting a QIC and income. That is it. It's a very underwhelming income. I very much am interested in getting there, and I think oof, this is this is really bad. Not love how this came together. Think Yeah, I don't really want to be doing the Gaia forming thing right off the bat. Could do a range 2, saves me a QIC. It's not going to help with any income. Well, I could take this and income, get up to, I'm thinking about if I take a tactile, I get up to range 2, it just kind of opens up my board a little bit and saves me some QIC in the future. And I'm definitely want where I am, like having to start all the way in that corner is not great. So I do think that's going to be my first step here, for better or worse. So I'm going to spend the 2 ore and the 3. Oh, well, to get a tactile, I need to build a trading station. If I get a trading station, I'm spending 6 instead of 3. That's rough. But I don't really see another way around this. 6, 6. Yeah, I think that's the unfortunate reality where I'm at. So I'm going to spend the 2 ore. I'm spending 6 credit, and I'm getting this trading station here on the titanium planet. So that'll be worth 3. If it's not upgraded any further, once I get my planetary suit, I'll be worth 3 power toward a Federation, which is nice. And that doesn't give me any extra points. The Atoma is going to go, so it is a support card. One of the faction action comes out as a support card, so that's nice. And I'll just put those under me so we can actually see these cards. Yeah, that will work. So the Atoma is doing a power QIC action, 2 coming from the right, so the QIC actions are mostly taken up. This was the extra card added to the Atoma's deck, so even more aware of how quickly they're probably going to be hogging up those power QIC actions, and they are going to get 3 points every time that comes out. So 1, 2, 3, they're up to 13. My turn. I'm going to do my faction ability, and I'm going to move up on the navigation track, and I'm going to get a QIC. And you'll see why I did that in this order. Next turn, so the Atoma is going to go. That card becomes a support card. This card comes off. It is a power QIC action. I'm sorry, it is a faction action. It's like a power QIC action, but completely different. The Atoma is putting a mine range 2. So first consideration, since we don't have to worry about endgame scoring tiles, it's going to be fewest terraforming steps. That is 1 terraforming step. That is 1 terraforming step. That is 1 terraforming step. And that's the only thing within range 2 that's 1 terraforming step for the Xenos. Closest to me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close to me is going to be this Gaia planet. This is a more direct shot. They look equidistant, but I guess they're, oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. This Gaia planet over here is actually only 4. So again, I'm not going to be able to power up the Xenos for a little bit, which is going to be a problemo. So they're placing a mine here. Since they have placed a new mine on the board and that mine is not adjacent to another planet they have colonized, they're going to get a satellite. Again, that matters for endgame scoring. They're going to do a power QIC action, 3 coming from the left, and then they're going to get 2 points per their faction action card. My turn. I think I just go for it. I'm going to spend 6 ore and 6 credit, and we're getting this academy on the board. I'm going to take the academy that gives me 2 knowledge and income as opposed to the academy that gives me a QIC action. And again, it's a very unusual opening round for me, but I just think I'm kind of desperate times, people. So we're going to go there. Oh, the problem is I'm not even cycling power with the way this is. Oh man, because I can't even get 3 in here to do that. I mean, it'll be set up for next turn at least. None of those, wolf. Yeah, this is not the opening of dreams. Could spend the QIC and get there that way. I'm not even. I'm trying to. I mean, I can get the range. The range isn't the problem. But now I'm thinking about if I'm not cycling because the Xenos are so far away from me, how the heck am I gonna get? That's what I wanted. And the only round boost that gives me the ability to cycle power, the Xenos, the Xenos took it because they're the Freaking worst. Could if I take that, that allows me to cycle power, but I don't love it. It's too much ore. Every terraforming step's going to cost me 3 ore at this point. Oh, that's rough. Bad. I think I need to rethink how I was doing this. I need to rethink. Start with the 1. Gonna need the range. Don't want to go terraforming. It's quick. Get that next turn. This is a really, really rough start. Take that. Some income. Alright, screw it. We'll just lean into it. We'll see. We'll try to hopefully make up for it next turn. And if I can get one more jump there, that would have me to cycle 3, so that could be pretty strong. And then I could get there, because I'm looking at that terraforming step there, which is, at this point, a problemo. The Atoma's going to go. The Atoma is moving up on a random research track. Its research area is moving 2 from the left, so it's moving up in the economic track. It gets 0 points. I think my best move right now is to pass. Oof. Oh, I get 5 points from the round scoring tile. So a very underwhelming first turn. That's really bad. Alright, yeah, it just didn't come together the way I was hoping. They're just so far. This map is like really, really bad for the Bescods. Just had no great way to get over to where they are. Because in the Xenos are like, even in how they developed, it wasn't like they were gonna get in my neighborhood at all for me to kind of get some power so I can do some things on the power QIC track. But it does. This is probably where I'm going next turn. But it just raises the question: am I going there next turn? Why am I not doing it this turn? So I want to be set up to take advantage of that. Yeah, I think this will work. All right, I'm going to pass. We're going to get... Comes so bad. It's falling apart. I hate these round boosters. There's so much about this game I don't like right now. I need every ore I can get, so I need every knowledge I can get too. Yeah, I'll take this one. And we are going to, we passed. So we're going to hold on to the first player. Atoma's going to go. Atoma's placing a mine, range 2. They are going where? They're looking for Fewest terraforming steps, that's range 2, that's 1 terraforming step. That's range. So I think it's the same. Yeah, this hasn't changed anything, so it's going to be this one. So we did the math before, so that's going to be closest to us. Still very far away. That's a satellite, 1 point. Atoma's going to go last turn, hopefully. Yep, it's an X. They're going to grab this. They put this back, and they're going to grab this. And we're going to shuffle up these 9 cards. They're going to get 0 points from the round booster. This is going to flip, and we can take all of these off, and I'll take this off from my faction mat. Oh, yeah, that was a rough first round, but the problem is, like, I'm using my ability to go up 2 tracks that don't give me the income that I really want. I could maybe ignore the knowledge track, but the economic track is important, and all of a sudden the Gaia forming track is going to be fairly important too. Alright, that's going to go there. 6 cards on top. Move this under my face. And it is my turn. Oh, well, income. So 1, 2, 3. 1 credit. 1, 2, 3 ore. Or knowledge. It's like ore, it's just different. This is ugly. Great, great. Yeah, I need to get to those great planets. Those are really important for me. So I'm gonna I need to get some stuff cycled. So the only way I could do that is spending that 4 knowledge, going up there. I get another QIC. Then I get to cycle 3. So 2 and then 1. The Atoma's gonna go. It's moving up on a random research track. Support card says 3 from the left. It goes up there, 0 points. I'm going to take 2 power out of my cycle 2 more, cycle these 3. It gives me a terraforming step. I'm going to spend 1 ore and 2 credit. I'm placing a mine on a planet that has 1 terraforming step away from me. I'm placing it on this white planet. Again, I'm already at range 2. So I have this planet type, and that will work. I just don't know if I can do anything else. I could turn that into a trading station. That's another knowledge. Oof. Not good. I can turn all this QIC into credits. Remember that. But I do want to potentially settle a bunch of Gaia planets. Or a bunch of Gaia planets next turn with looking at the round booster. That's exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. I have the chance of actually doing 3 next turn. Boom, boom, boom. And then I could get those gray planets. That's a pretty strong spot for me right now, I guess. Atoma's gonna go. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'll have to make that work. Atoma's gonna go. 1. Support card moves over. They're doing an upgrade action. Hey, so I got there just in time. They're upgrading this mine into a trading station. I can cycle 1 for free. And they're gonna get 1 point. Oh, I flipped that backwards. Sorry. That was their action last turn. So they got their 1 point. I'm going to do this action here to get myself a Gaia former. Toma's gonna go. Someone's doing a faction action. It's placing a mine range 2. This is 1 terraforming step. I think that hasn't changed. Well, the brown's 1 terraforming step. Well, yeah, so this is, so it took one of my, oh, jerk. So that was actually one of the planets I was looking at for next turn, so I'm not going to be able to get to that. The Atoma's taking that Gaia planet, placing a satellite, and they're doing the Power QIC action. Power QIC action says 1 from the left, and getting 2 points. This is a disaster. Gotta get those. Alright, I'm going to spend 2 ore to get 2 more power in my cycle, and then I'm cycling out 6 power. Then that's a free action over here, and I'm putting my Gaia former on this planet here. Atoma's going to go. Atoma's doing a power QIC action, 2 from the right. They're going to cover up 2 of them because of their ongoing ability. Atoma gets 1 point. The saving grace of all this is the Atoma is not getting a lot of points from the round boosters, from the round scoring tiles. But I think if I can get a bunch of mines out the next 2 rounds and then try to set myself up on the economic track, but it's not getting the income. I really need to make this happen. Trading station, that. More Federation. Wonder if I try to blitz a Federation now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. Take this. I get 2 points. I have 2 mines on the board. And that's that. Atoma's gonna go. Atoma's moving up on its highest track, moving up on the AI track. It's 1 point. Atoma's gonna go again. Atoma's placing a mine. It does have this action. It's placing a mine range 2. Range 2 from where it's at. Fewest terraforming steps. So this is 1 terraforming step. This is 1 terraforming step. I think that's its only options. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're equal distant. This planet doesn't count because I just have a Gaia forming on it. I have not colonized it yet. Directional selections has come from the bottom. So now they are there. Another satellite, another planet type for them. And 1 point. Potential end of round again. Nope, they're doing a faction action. They're placing a mine range 2. Again, I think that's the last one with 1 terraforming step for them, so they're going to grab that. That is not, it is adjacent to a planet they already colonized, so they do not get another satellite. They're doing a power QIC action, 4 from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 points. They're up to 24, and then finally, X, they don't get that action. This is replaced. All right, this flips. 10. Yeah, Silverfish says you're playing solo, pack it up, refresh, and start again. He likes the challenge and often pulls out a win at difficult starts. Fingers crossed on this one. I'd have folded though, me too. Yeah, just a lot of it didn't come together. I see a little bit of a path. I'll give it another round. I mean, again, the thing is the Atoma's not scoring like anything. Um, and I'm still got a path to points. I think I might be able to eke out like a low scoring win, just kind of looking at what's coming up. But you know that initial board state was just garbage. It's really really bad. Um, I don't know. I'm curious what I can do. I mean, if I try to run up the terraforming track, I think the terraforming track and the navigation track are kind of an interesting option for me right now. Which again, my income is just really bad, and then I'm looking at that tile. I mean, I obviously need to get some credit income. We'll see how this thing goes this round, and then maybe kind of pull it. Um, It's a lot of things working against a kind of a good setup here. But anyway, so I got 4 knowledge. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 ore, just a 1 credit. Yeah, very very credit poor, and these all go away. This comes down during the Gaia phase. I get a Gaia planet here. I mean, I have to get those 2 gray planets. And the thing is, I just don't think I'm going to be able to get everything I need right now. 2, 5. Yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to 8 credit. Probably should have taken that when I had the chance. How am I going to get 8 credit? I can spend all my knowledge as credit, but that's just bananas. If the Atoma starts doing any kind of development, I think I have to grab these 8 points. That doesn't do. That leaves me with like nothing to work with next turn. Oh, this is bad, like really bad. If I don't worry about those 2, get these 2 out. See if there's any way I can set myself up to get trading station, research lab, planetary institute. This into a trading station maybe. Alright, I'm going to spend 1 ore and 2 credit, and I'm placing this here. Get my Gaia former back, and then it's going to give me 4 points. I go from 17 to 21. Atoma's turn. Atoma's placing a mine, range 4. It's looking for. I mean, that's again, that's even unlucky. Because now I think they're grabbing that. Is that's closest to me? Oh, that's bad. Yelp. No. Range 4. That's closest to me. There you go. And that will actually help. So they're going to put a mine there as their last mine. That does get a satellite. I can spend 2 to cycle 3. I will do that. 1, 2, and cycle 3. If we can cycle some more, it'd be a little bit better spot. Can turn ore into credit, which is generally stupid. Really need that tile. Just haven't been able to take it. Alright, let me spend. Yeah. Spend 2. My points right? Did I not spend the 2 yet? Right, yeah, my points are right because I had the 5, the 4, and then I had the 2 from that. Then I just spent 2. Terraforming track, intriguing. I try to get out the economic track. Do the economic track a little bit. I'm going to move up there. Tie for the lowest. Toma does get 1 point. I have not scored them yet for that, I do not think. Alright, Toma's second turn. They're moving up in their highest track. They move up in the AI track. They get 1 point. I'm going to spend 4 to get up. Yeah, let me not worry about that. I'm going to spend 4 to get up here. Toma's going to go. They're doing a faction action. Range 2, they're looking for fewest terraforming steps. This is 2 terraforming steps. This is 1 terraforming step, so they're going to do that one. I think it's one of the last 1 terraforming steps. Oh, they have no more mines. So since they can't do a mine, they're going to do an upgrade action. Their second upgrade action of the game is they're taking that trading station off, making that into a planetary institute. I can cycle 1 for free. The Atome is now doing a power QIC action, 2 from the left, and they're going to get 2 points. Have you played on BGA at all? It seems the only way I've been able to play lately. They have the Atoma available. I mostly play 2 players, and it's a lot of fun. No, I haven't done BGA at all. It's just honestly finding the time to game as it is. It's just tight, and I just don't necessarily want another thing to lead me in different directions with all the games I'm trying to learn for the channel and get used to the tactile nature of a lot of these games. So, but I definitely appreciate the suggestion. I think if I spend that knowledge, turn it into credit, get another 4 points here, that gives me another ore to play with next turn. Ideally, oh, yeah, none of this really came together. Yikes! This will help. I could cycle 1 out and move 1 over. That I don't hate. Alright, let me cycle 1 out. Move 1 over. Cycle this. Gives me another credit. I'm spending an ore and 2 credit. It's placing this mine here. And that's range 2. That's 4 points. It gets from 19 to 23. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing an upgrade action, upgrading closest to me. Priority is going to be a trading station now. I could spend 2 points to cycle 3. Don't mind if I do. Atoma gets 1 point. If I get the credits that way. Get the credits from that. Yeah, oh. Just passing so early. I'm going to pass. I'm going to take this. Toma's going to go. Doing a power QIC action. Doing it twice. 1 point. They're only up to 30. Toma's going to go again. Faction action. Placing a mine. They do have a mine left. They're doing it range 2. This is 2 terraforming steps. 2 terraforming steps. 2 terraforming steps. A bunch of 2 terraforming steps. I don't think any are going to be closer to me than that. Yeah, that's 3. This is 3 away. So this is 2 away from me. So I get the cycle 1 for free. That is going to turn into a Gaia planet. And the Atoma is going to I get to cycle 1, and then the Atoma is going to do a power QIC action, 5 from the right, and they're getting 2 points. Now notice, I didn't have enough power left in my cycle anyway, but I really did not want to do another Gaia from our project. It is what it is. The power is much more important for me in my cycle for the next turn. Atoma's going to go, end a round for them, so they're getting this, they're putting this back. They're getting 2 points from the round booster, so they've only gotten 2 points total in the first 3 rounds. But now they're about to get 6, 2, and 4, so they're going to get another 12 by the end of the game. So 14 points only for the Atoma from the round boosters. So just a very weird game overall. Didn't you have to spend the QIC to build a mine on that Gaia planet? Yes, I did. Thank you, Brian. I did. Not this one I didn't because I had a Gaia farm, but I did have to spend it on that one. So I did forget about that. It's funny, I was factoring that in too because I was originally thinking about maybe trying to get 3 Gaia planets and I had 3 QICs. But yeah, I definitely would have forgotten that. Cool. Well, I did forget it. So I definitely would have done that thing that I already did. This is a weird game. I don't know, man. It's funny, like I do warm ups, and sometimes I wonder why. Because you're just like when you actually try to put it on film, it's like something unusual happens, and I think that's the Bescods are. I think more vulnerable to like a really weird setup than most factions, just because. But they also have this extra flexibility, so it's like this give and take. I'm sure an expert level player with the Bescods would have been able to pull something out a lot better than I'm doing right now. But I digress. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 knowledge. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 credit. So that's a huge tile for me. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ore. So I get up to 7. So hey, resources. What is this? That is all my income. I get the cycle 2 as well. Huh. I'm first. High priority for me right now is to get my Planetary Institute out, I think, and to get myself a. Oh, I'd like to get a Federation. Just start getting my engine going. Economic track. Yeah, I'm going to cycle this for 1 credit. Gets me up to 8. And then I'm going to spend this 4 knowledge to cross me on the economic track, and that allows me to cycle 3. The Atoma's turn. Atoma's placing a mine, range 4. They have no mines. They're doing an upgrade action instead. The priority says trading station, mine closest to me is going to be either one of those two. Directional selection says this one from up top. I get to cycle 1 for free. Atoma gets 1 point. Again, the round scoring is number of terraforming steps. I don't think I'm doing many terraforming steps, although this might not be a crazy time to do a couple because I have this sitting here. I was yellow's 2 terraforming steps, blue's 2 terraforming steps. None of them are in the neighborhood of these clowns. I can do this white. I can do this. I'm not even range 3. This is ridiculous. I'm not range 3. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get sidetracked. I mean, it's 4 points though. It's 3 points. If I do this, it's just if I do 1 terraforming step, it's 2 points. If I do 2 terraforming steps, it's 3. It's 4 points. But I was thinking about this. I have the 5 power there. It might be a good opportunity to get on another power type because another planet type. The more planet types I have, the more effective that tech tile becomes. But I just don't. Well, I could get on there. Oh, that's interesting. Do the 4 points. Sure, why not? We'll do that. Just chasing points because it's fun. So I'm going to use this action. I'm going to do double terraforming step by cycling at 5 power, 1 ore, 2 credit, and I'm placing this mine here on this blue planet. And that's going to give me 4 points. I get to 25. Toma's going to go. Don't play this way at home, kids. This is bad. Toma's doing an upgrade action. Mine to a trading station closest to me is going to be this one. I get to cycle 1 for free. Toma gets 1 point. I'm now brown. This is the brown planet range 2. Yellow planets. Oh, right now I'm right next to a yellow planet too. So I could actually get a bunch of different planet types. Oh, I also have this planet type here. So all of a sudden that tile is looking real good for me when I get it. Assuming I get it. I'm going to spend 2. Did I just do that to myself? I think I did. I'm going to need to find a way to get 2 more credit, I think. All right, I'm going to spend 2 or 3 credit. I'm going to place this trading station here, this gray planet. Nope, that would cost me 6. I'll place it here on this Gaia planet because that's within 2. Toma's turn. Toma's doing an upgrade action. They're going to upgrade a mine to a trading station closest to me. It's 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So directional selection says coming from the top. So it's going to be this one. 2 points. I cannot power off of that. Toma's only up to 38. So they're scoring real good. Hmm. Wait a I'm going to I'm not even close to these Gaia planets. What is going on? I don't think which one of these suckers I want to go up. I think the terraforming track makes the most sense right now. Gets me more knowledge. Or gets me more ore. Alright, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to move up here, get 2 ore. Toma's turn. Power QIC action, 2 coming from the left, this one and this one, the directional select, I'm sorry, 1 coming from the left, and they're doing it 2 times. Toma gets 3 points, 38 to 41. I need to get that out. So I'm going to turn 2 ore into credits. And then I'm spending 3 ore and 5 credits to place this research lab here. And that's going to allow me to take a tech tile. Form of Federation. Okay, that's fine. I'll take this tech tile. And I can move up on any track I want. I will move up on the navigation track. Toma's turn. Toma's doing a faction action. Toma is placing a mine, range 2. That's 2 terraforming steps. That's 2 terraforming steps. That's 3. That's 3. This is 1. So they're going to grab that for sure. That gives them another satellite. I get the cycle 1 off of that. Toma is doing a power QIC action, 3 from the left, and they're getting 2 points. I'm going to spend this ore to get another power in my cycle, and then I'm going to move all 6 of this power. So I've been doing a lot of weird exchanges that are not great. I'm spending all 6 of that power to get this over. Oof. Trying to think, do I want to go here with it, or do I want to go here with it? Think this. Trying to development opportunities. Probably more likely to be able to take advantage of it here. Plus, it's in the neighborhood, so I can develop it quicker. Toma's turn. Power QIC action. They're doing it twice. 2 coming from the right. Going here and here. 1 point. I'm going to pass. Going to want that extra knowledge. So this is, when I pass, I'm going to get 2 points because I have 2 Gaia planets. And we'll grab this just so I have 4 knowledge to do some, so to go up on another track. This will come off. Toma's turn. The Atoma's doing a faction action. They're placing a mine. Again, range 2. That's 2 terraforming steps. This is 2 terraforming steps. That's 3. This is 2 terraforming steps. I would claim that from them, so that's good. That's 3. That's 2, but it's pretty far away from me, I think. So closest to me is going to be this gray planet or this red planet. So directional selection, of course, is from the bottom, so I lose one of my gray planets. And again, that's extra power for me, so that's not great. Get a satellite here. We're doing a power QIC action, 5 from the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 points, up to 46. Potential end of round. It is not. Toma's moving up on a random track. They're moving up 2 from the right, going up in the economic track. Potential end of round. It is not. They're moving up on their highest track. They're going to take this away. 1 point. Potential end of round. It is. They're getting this. This goes here. Grabbing another card and shuffling this up. Did I not grab my 4 points? I think you're right. Let me think. I've been cycling some power, but yeah, I don't think I grabbed the 4 points the second time. I mean, you can kind of rebuild it. It was 5, that would have been 13. Plus 2, plus 2, so that would have been 17. Plus 4 would have been 21. 21 gets me there. How many times have I cycled? Oh, when the Atoma passes, they get 6 points. So they're going from 47 to 53. Yeah, someone's gonna have to tell me if if I didn't get 4 points the second time I built that Gaia planet. I can't remember. I almost assume I didn't, just looking at where I am on the track. But if someone knows different, please let me know. I'm trying to. I mean, I got 5 points for building a planetary institute. I got 4 points. If I got, it would have been 23 if I got them both, and I got another 2 points for the M round, 2 points for the M round, and then 4 points for the double terraforming step. Yeah, I think I got it, Brian. Someone's gonna have to let me know if I didn't. Because I'm trying to. I know I spent points when I cycled twice, so I think 27 is where I am. I think 27 is where I am, which is not good. It's really bad. All right, this is going to go here. We're going to do income. Income, I'm going to grab 4 knowledge. I get 4, 8 credit. 3, nope, math. 3, 6, 7 credit. It's like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ore. And that is it. That is it. I'm first. I have to get my Planetary Institute out. I think that's my only real play here, but I don't want to lose that. So I think I grabbed that before the Atoma takes it. Yeah, so I'm going to spend 1 and 2 and get this mine out there. It's not a mine on the Gaia planet, so I don't get those 3 points, but it's a mine. Atoma's going to go. Atoma's placing a mine range 4, because of freaking course. All right, they have 1 mine in their thing. They can't get to that yellow yet. Looking for fewest terraforming steps. That's only 1. I think. Oh, that's only 1. That's only 1. I think all the brown. Oh, that's only 1 too. Like I keep saying, I think. Oh, then I'm wrong. There's a lot more. That's not 1. So closest to me, 3, 3, 3. So they're all tied for 3. Directional selection says from the top. So Atoma gets a mine there. Then that mine is adjacent to a planet they've already colonized, who do not get another satellite. They get 3 points though. So 53 to 56. My turn. I'm spending. Oh, how the heck? There's always 1 credit short. Oh, this would have come down. My bad. This comes here. Hmm. I'm going to spend this QIC, turn it into a credit, spending 6 credit and 4 ore to place this Planetary Institute here. Atoma's turn. Atoma's doing a power QIC action. Oh, these all would have come off. They're doing it twice, once coming from the right. 3 points, 56 to 59. I'm going to move up on my lowest track. I'm going to move up on the QIC, on the AI track, and get a QIC. Toma's going to go. Toma's doing a power QIC action. I'm sorry, not power. They're doing a faction action. They're doing a mine. They had no mines, so they're doing an upgrade instead. All their trading stations are out, so they're going to upgrade to a research lab. Closest trading station to me is going to be this one, or this one. Directional selection just from the top. I can spend 4 points to cycle 5. Yes? Sure, 4 points, cycle 5. So 27 down to 23, cycling 5. Toma doing a power QIC action, 3 from the left, and it's getting 2 points. I'm going to form a federation, taking 1 power out, putting this satellite here. So this is 4 points for the Planetary Institute, 2 points for that mine because it's on a gray planet, 1 point for that mine on the Gaia planet. That is a total of 7. I'm going to take what? I'm going to take Faster. I'm going to take the 7 points and 2 ore. So I go from 23 up to 30, 2 ore. Toma's turn. Toma's moving up on its highest track. They go to the top of the AI track, get 1 point, up to 62. My turn, I'm cycling out 1. No, I won't do that yet. My turn, I'm going to move up on the terraforming track. Toma's turn. Faction action. They have no mines. Instead of doing a mine, they're doing upgrades. Since they have a trading station back in their supply, they're going to go from a mine to a trading station. Closest to me is here. Yeah, so this mine becomes a trading station. I can cycle 1 for free. Toma's doing a power QIC action, 2 from the left, and gets 2 points, up to 64. My turn, I'm going to cycle this 1 for a credit. I'm taking 1 out of my cycle and moving 1 over. Cycling that for another credit. Spending the 2 credits and the 1 ore to get a mine on the board. And I'm going to put that where my Gaia Former was. That's going to give me 3 points from the round booster. It gets me up to 33. Toma's going to go. Toma's doing an upgrade action. It's going to upgrade a mine to a trading station. It can't. It's gonna, the next priority before another research lab is the research lab on the board is going to become a planetary institute. I could spend 4 to cycle 5. I have to do it. 33 down to 29, cycling 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, does that make any sense? I think so. Yeah, we'll go with it. The Atoma's going to get 1 point. Pass. Cycling 7 as it is. Nah, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So give me those 4 points back. 29 of the 33. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I get no points for the round booster. I'm going to take this, though. And wait for the next round. Atoma's going to go. Atoma's going up on its highest track. It's now the economic track. 1 point. Atoma's going to go again. Toma's placing a mine, range 2. It's got 1 mine in its supply. This is 2 terraforming steps. They're just destroying me right now. This is 1 terraforming step. So you're taking the brown in the middle. That's a satellite. That's 1 point. Can't cycle off of that. Potential end of round. It is the end of the round. They're taking this. They put this back. And we get this. This. They get 2 points for the round scoring tile. That flips. And that's all she wrote. Alright. Last round. Put me out of my misery because this is not a. As in, I said in the first time I started speaking today that no one was listening because I had the sound off. That I should have called this trying to crack the Bescods. Yeah, we should have gone with that. This has been a really bad setup, but I think it's a good example. I mean, I've been on a pretty decent winning streak. I think the last time I lost was prior to the Geodens, which was also live. Just the way these live playthroughs, it's like a bad omen. You know, it's a tough matchup, and you get some wrong boards, and Just, I mean, you would figure the Xenos having 3 mines that I would have been able to, be in their neighborhood in at least one location, and that being in the neighborhood early just really gets that engine going. And I probably was a case of me getting sidetracked. Going with this planetary institute, with this academy early was probably a mistake. Um, it was something I hadn't done in my practice playthroughs. I probably would have been better off going to a research lab early, getting a tactile. I don't like the location of where that was, but I probably should have gone with it. But we'll see. I mean, I'll should be able to put together at least a decent amount of points here, but those end game scoring tiles are not great for me either. So a lot of things about this setup that were just really, really unfortunate. I mean, I think the Atone's going to score around 130, and I'm still going to lose by 20, just the way it's playing out. So that goes there, that goes there, and this comes out. We go to income. I get 4 knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ore. So it gets me up to 9, and then 3, 4 credit. It's not enough credit. I'm going to be able to add 2 and cycle 7. So I'll add 2, cycle 7, so 4, and then 3 more. Going to, on my first turn, take 1 out, move 1 over, cycle 4, and get 7 credit, gets me up to 11. Have this. Alright, Toma's gonna go. Toma's going up on its highest track. Goes here, gets 1 point. It's up to 70. I'm going to oof, a lot of building to do. Right, I'm gonna build a I'm not even I'm gonna be scrounging to get 3 federations, which is bad. I've been getting 4 pretty regularly. So I'm gonna do 2 or 3 credit, placing this here. Toma's gonna go. It's doing an upgrade action. It has no more trading stations. It's going to have to put a research lab on the board instead. Research lab closest to me, coming from the bottom, is going to be this one. I could spend 1 to cycle 2, because again, my planetary institute's on the board, which I will do that. 1, 2, and 2 points for the Atoma. I'm going to now spend 3 ore to get down to 4, 5 credit to get to 3 to place this on the board here. That gives me a tech tile. I'm going to take this tech tile, which is going to let me move up here. So I'm going to flip this over to do that. That gives me the couple of things happen. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, or knowledge, because I have 4 different planet types. I don't think I'm cheating myself there. Nope, that's right. And I can put this lost planet somewhere. I'm going to put the lost planet down. Sectors matter, maybe. put it here. It's always tricky because I don't want to put myself too far away where I don't have the satellites. But yeah, this should work there. I'll put a satellite on that to indicate that it's mine. And I already took my foreknowledge. Now for the top of the navigation track. Toma's going to go. Interesting. Toma's going to do an upgrade action. It's upgrading a mine to a trading station. Mine closest to me. There's a bunch coming from the top. It's going to be this one. I can spend a point to cycle 2. I will. And 1 point. Actually, I won't. Because I'm about to knock that out anyway. That's fine, I will. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to spend 4 knowledge to move up here. That allows me to cycle 3. Toma's turn. Toma's going up on a random track, goes up on this one, gets 0 points. My turn, I'm going to take 1 out. Move this over, cycle 4 to get 2 ore. Toma's turn. Doing a power QST action, it's doing it twice. 4 from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets 3 points. Gets up to 76. My turn. I'm just going to try to bleed the Atoma out so I don't have to be worrying about what's going on with them. I'm going to move up my lowest track. Obviously, it's going to be that one. Doesn't do anything. I'm just basically delaying a little bit. Atoma does power QSC action twice coming from the right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 points. My turn. I'm going to form a federation. I'm taking this out. Placing a satellite here. Again, this is 5 power. This is 2. So what am I going to take? I will take more credits. So I'm going to take the 7 points. I go from 31 to 38. 7 credit. I go up to 10. Or 6 credit. I go up to 9. It's like 7. Just one less. Ooh. Hmm. Could have done this math different. Let me put this Lost Planet here. It's a much better spot for me. So, oh, no. God, this is bad. Just don't know where I'm getting the knowledge at this point. Apparently I'm not. Gives me ore. Yeah, I wanted the knowledge to do what I want to do. Yeah, I want 4 jumps and I only got 3. Shoot. I want 4 jumps and I only have 3, and the Atoma covering of that is really bad. I think it's my turn. I forget. I genuinely forget. Yeah, let me put this closer to here. I wanted to just to make sure I'm getting this 3rd Federation. That one's really far away. It's really far away. Yeah, a lot of wasted jumps. Ah, yeah, if that wasn't covered up, I actually have a chance to do what I want. All right, I'm going to spend the 4 to move up here to get 2 more ore. Toma's turn. Moving up on their highest track, they're going to take away this, which is definitely something I was eyeing a little bit. 1 point. They have done a lot more track movement than normally expect in a game against the Xenos, that's for sure. I'm going to spend 2 ore, 3 credit. We're going to get a trading station here. Oh, I get 2 points every time I moved up a track. Ah, shoot. I moved up 3 tracks, so I get 6 points from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, because I had 8 knowledge total. I had 4, I got 4 from there. And then I moved up when I got this tactile here. I think that's the only ones I've moved up. Yeah, nothing else made sense. Atoma's turn. Toma's going to do a upgrade action. It is upgrading a research lab to a planetary institute. I can spend 2 points to cycle 3. Really no point. Everything there is filled up, so 1 point for the Atoma. My turn. I'm going to spend. This could be interesting. And I'm going to spend 6 and 6. Hmm. Wondering if I get this out. Two, three, four, five. Get an academy. Yeah, I think it's my only play. It's not great though. 6 and 6. I'm gonna get my last academy out, putting it here. That is gonna be 7 points between those 3 things there. Oh man, my satellite count is garbage. Toma's turn, doing a faction action. It's placing a mine, range 2, fewest fewest terraforming steps is going to be 1 terraforming step right there. Closest to me, yeah, it's gonna win. Can cycle 1 off of that for free. Toma's doing gonna get a satellite. It's doing a power QSC action. 1 from the left, and then gets 2 points. My turn. I'm going to. Oh, when I did that, the point of doing that was I'm gonna grab this. I get an ore and a QIC. I'm going to form a federation here using the lost planet, this mine, and the 5 points from that academy. That's going to let me flip this over to go up into here to grab this. So that's 7 points and 2 more ore. 44 to 51. Ore is at 3 now. So that forming a federation was my action. That's Homa's turn. They get to place another mine. They can't. They're doing an upgrade instead. Trading station to a research lab closest to me, coming from the bottom. It's going to be this one. I'm not going to cycle off of that. There's no point. Atoma gets 1 point, so they're only at 84. Oh. My former federation, I totally messed this up. So when I built the academy, I got this tile I moved up there. That was a federation tile. Now I'm forming a federation. I haven't actually done that yet. Question is, what the heck am I forming? I can't jump again. Get that tactile. I think that makes most sense. All right, so I'm going to get the 12 points from this federation. Let me not form that federation yet. Let me, before the Atoma covers it, I'm going to spend these 3 QIC to rescore another tile. So I'm going to spend those 3 QIC, I'm covering that, and I'm going to rescore this tile. So I get 7 points. I go from 51 to 58, and I'm going to get 6 more credit. I go from 0 to 6. I have no freaking research labs on them. Man. Not going to do that. I'm not going to rescore that one. Even though 7 points back, 51 to 58. And go with the, keep those 3 QIC. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to form a federation. Somehow I need to get a trading station and a research lab. Don't think I'm going to have the juice. Let's see what the Atoma does. I'm going to go here actually and just get that QIC off my board. Hopefully the Atoma passes. It does. Alright, now I can think this through. So I have 4 QIC. I can turn that into 1 ore. I can potentially get 2 ore. What would it cost me to get trading station and a research lab so I can get that tile, which is definitely what I. Plus I can do some scoring. So Federation, have the ore. I just need to get the credit. Yeah, we will do that. I'm going to rescore. No, I need 5 ore. 8 credit. I have this one thing just chilling. Oh, I only had 1 left on my cycle. I could have powered off of that for free. So I absolutely would have done that. Now I could cycle that for 1 credit. Right, because if you're down to just one thing that can move, the cost to move it, again, it's always 1 less than how many things you move. So when that played, I could absolutely have just moved that over. So that actually makes a big difference. Because now I could spend this 3 credit to redo this, 3 QIC to redo that. So I get the 7 points, 58, and 6 credit because I'm rescoring that. That gives me 7. I'm going to form a federation. Actually, don't give me the 6 credit. I'm going to rescore the 2 ore. Let me get the 5 ore. That will help a lot more because now when I form that federation, I'm going to take this That's 7 points. That gives me 58 up to 65 and 6 credit. I'm going to spend this QIC to turn it into a credit. Spending 2. Do I seriously not have them? Yeah, I do. All right, let me spend 2 credit and 2 ore and 3 credit to place this trading station here. And then I'm going to spend the 3 ore and the 5 credit to place this research lab here. I have, again, forgotten to move up on that. Total jumps. Oof. I think I had one more jump there, and I did this jump here. So I should have 4 more points from that. Yeah, because I only did 3 before, because I had 1, 2, and then 3. But then I jumped again, and then I did that, my faction action. So I'm building a research lab. I already put it on the board. I'm taking a tech tile. I'm going to take this tech tile, move up here. It gives me 2 more points, plus this 7 points. That gets me up to 78. And that's that. I'm going to get shellacked in endgame scoring, I think, but at least it's a more respectable score situation. But I ended up last in every category, that's the 24 points. I just can't make up for it, especially since the Atoma did so well up there. So I'm going to end the game. I don't have any points from that, but I'm going to score 12 points for endgame scoring, and I have 0 resources left, so I can't do anything with those. So I'm going to score 12 points for endgame scoring. I go from 78 to 90. The Atoma scores 36. They go from 84 to 120. And then I score 24, 32 points from that. So I go from that to 122. The Atoma scores 12. They score another 20 to get to 140. Yeah, and I lost by about 20, which is what I thought. What happened going into the last 2 rounds. So definitely a rough showing with the Bescods. I'm sorry I have not done them justice. They can be very strong, but I think that's again the part of the thing about this game where there is no strongest faction, right? You could have a game with the Terrans where it just set up terribly and you just can't make anything work. You can have a game with the who's also is really the Ivets where it's just not going to come together for you. So here I was, you could tell early that it just didn't come together, that my strategy early was off. I probably shouldn't have done that planet. I probably shouldn't have done the Academy the first round, even though the points were enticing. And I was just trying to get something going with the knowledge. But, when I'm playing the Bescods and I didn't move up either of the economic tracks until late, like something wonky went down. I mean, this jump here doesn't matter. And I have these 2 things, but who cares? Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, it's 4 points, but having another 3 or another 6 credit wouldn't have done anything for me. I really just wasn't able to expand, and I lost out on that gray planet. Yeah, I mean it just really was kind of a mess. I mean, if I had beaten the dummy player in the scoring, I would have gotten to 134, and I still lose by 6 the way that plays out. So even if I forgot to score myself for that Gaia planet, because I'm not sure if I did or not, I still lose by 2. So anything under 150 is something went wrong. So it's the first time I haven't scored 150 in a bit. Brian made it closer than expected at the start. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it also shows the power of that tile, and I just did not love where that was. I just kind of felt like I was. Oh, the Atoma scores 4 more points for passing too, so they were at 144. I never scored them for that. I think it's weird because I ended up doing a little bit of Gaia Project stuff, but yeah, something went wrong somewhere. I didn't get any advanced tactiles, which hasn't been something that's happened to me playing as the Bescods. But the only one I would have been the only one I would have considered this one for sure, and of course the Atoma snagged it from me, so I wouldn't have even had that shot. But you know, that last tactile when I took this tile here, if that tile was still there, what was it? I think it was the 2 points first section. Had I taken that one instead, it's still only 8 points instead of seven, so that's not a ton. Um, had I been able to get to that top, and I made another trading station, but again, trading stations, I need 5 war and 8 credit just to get another trading station. Actually, I would have needed 11 credit because I just wasn't in the neighborhood. I just was not. There were not enough yellow planets around me to kind of do these things cheaply. And you see the cost. I mean, early, just being able to be like, holy cow, like to make a trading. That's where this planetary was wrong, I think. Well, the other thing, if the Atoma didn't snag this as their random booster, I'd probably take that because it gives me the range. But again, the range wasn't really the problem. Because then I'm still spending because I'm still the terraforming step was what I needed. I didn't have the terraforming step. I didn't have the terraforming step, and I did not have the power in my cycle to get the terraforming step. So it was kind of a mess. But definitely a different stream today. Tough luck. We'll need a revenge stream. Maybe. I think I'm gonna have to take a break from Gaia for a while. I get too many other games like clamoring. Um, but you know, I'm in the Bescods. I need to do better with the Terran, the Geodens. I did a pretty not a great job with. Then obviously the original factions I put on the channel was like the Taclons and God, I can't remember. It's been that long, but it's been fun to go through these 14. It stinks to end on a dud like this. I mean, having had the chance to, play the best guys at a high level, like off camera and in a competitive game as well as solo, it's like you kind of know what's possible. But in some ways, I think my losses are almost more informative than my wins. It's like, oh, don't do that. But I really can't discern what I would have done different with that starting setup because it was just so bad. Um, I had no good way, beyond taking this tech. That's probably what I do. I don't worry about the navigation track the way I did. I grab this tech tile, even if I go with the academy. I grab this tech tile. I cycle. I just have that cycle 4 abilities. Um, it just would have been really wasteful. I mean, it would have made no sense to go higher up in the Gaia forming track, right? I wasn't getting to those suckers. I mean, if you do Gaia forming and navigation, you kind of use the Gaia formers as a way to get you more around the board, but like, I was still so under resourced that I don't, because then you still want to go up the economic track. Right? It's, the last game I played off camera, I blitzed the knowledge track, and that was really fun. But I only ended up scoring like 150. The game before that, I ended up scoring 177. It was a lot of things came together for me. I had the navigation track and the economic track on lockdown. I blitzed the terraforming track in the last round, and was just able to combo a bunch of stuff. It was super super strong. But you're still really at the mercy of whatever the Xenos are doing down here. I mean, they were really, and normally the point advantage I would expect to have on the research areas that they didn't have because they were moving up those research areas so well as it was instead of developing. Because if they had developed even a little bit quicker, I might have been able to get my engine going a little bit faster too. So it is what it is. Have you played Black Angel? I just purchased it. Would love to see your take. Also, Nemo's War. I played Black Angel once. I didn't like it, so it wasn't for me. I think I'd have to play it again before I could say that definitively. But I generally know if a game's like there are games that are like acquired taste for me. Like there are games like I'm not sure if I liked it or not. But games that I'm like I just didn't like it. Like I rarely change my mind on that. Um, but there are games that I'm like, all right, I'm intrigued. I want to play again. Black Angel was not in the latter category, and I think the end game scoring for me was just too convoluted. I don't know. There was just something about that game. It was like a two-player game. It was a PAX like 4 years ago. I played with a friend, and it was just like this. I mean, this dice placement is fine. It is what it is. It has some interesting ideas, but it definitely came I bounced off of, or I had no interest in playing again. Nemo's one I'm very intrigued by. I am in on the Kickstarter, which hopefully will be delivered nowish. I mean, I don't know. Like I late pledged, so I don't get all the updates, but I go on the site once in a while, and it does seem like Tabletop Tycoon isn't the greatest with communication, but hopefully they're gonna start deliveries in March. But you know, it's definitely more another. Hey, look, I mean, it's tough to fault publishers too much right now with all the stuff that's going on with the global supply chain, but at least there's a way to kind of have some better communication. Like even Restoration, I feel has done a really good job of communicating, despite the fact that there's been a lot of delays with Dark Tower. But I should hopefully have that next month. Um, Definitely, some other games that I'm still learning. Resident Evil 3, I've been binging. Really love that game. Madara is a game I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around to get that on the channel. Space Embers 4X, I did film a playthrough of that soon. I want to get a playthrough of Street Masters filmed pretty soon. Playthrough of Root. So we got a lot of cool things coming up for the channel for sure. Missed the stream like an idiot. We'll watch later. Hey, what's up, Otis? I could have used you early when I hadn't had the volume on for 11 minutes. But yeah, you didn't miss much, dude. It was a struggle. Spoiler alert. This was not an inspiring playthrough. So frustrating. The crazy thing is, like, I'll turn the camera off and I'll set this up again, and of course it'll be like the perfect map for me, and I'll absolutely destroy it. But yeah, it's just the way these things go, and it's funny. I thought I was like looking at it, I can see some synergies, and then I looked at the map and I was like, ooh, that's that's a problem. And of course, like the one, well, even that, like God, they were so bad. I mean, one thing I could have done now that I'm even that no, that doesn't work because I'm trying to think if I had no, that's a transient planet. Like there wasn't even like a Gaia planet I could get to, right? Like starting where I was, two gray planets here. The Xenos weren't there. They were here. This is crazy. Like I'm still stuck on like how this has went so poorly. And if I get a QIC spin, I can get on that Gaia planet, but obviously the round scoring kind of said to wait on that. Oh, this is so bad. It just was a whole bunch of things that just didn't work in like the worst way, man. You haven't lost in a while. I know. I do think it was the Geodens. The swamp, like the Yambas are super fun. I really enjoyed that. I mean, the Bescods are fun. Like, I mean, I think the Bescods for me they're going to be the faction that when I'm playing with friends who are newer to the game, like the Bescods are going to be the one I'll turn to, or the Gleans, maybe. I don't find the Lantids that weak in competitive games. I just find that I'm able to manipulate them pretty strong. I know they're supposed to be underpowered. I mean, the Bescods though, you're coming in like not having any natural knowledge income. I mean, I was at a point I was getting four knowledge every round and income between that tactile and that two and the round boosters, but it just wasn't enough. You know, a lot of my movement up these tracks was just wasted. You're getting on level one doesn't do much for you, right? So to translate that all into points, just sometimes it just doesn't come together. But that's that. I'm sad. we we will live to fight another day. But always happy if there's anything specific with this game. Like the best gods, it's almost like this is like Mist, right? This is gonna be the Mist is a freaking in Spirit Island. I have never put together a win with Mist on the channel, and every time I filmed one, it's just been an utter disaster. So like this is gonna be Mist. So they're both gray, and they both are going to kind of just torment me and be out in the ether as that faction or that spirit. This does not go very well for me. But yeah, anything specific people want to see in Gaia, definitely open to request. I'm going to be taking a break from it at minimum for a little bit, but obviously I have patron challenges. I could always change that. And Gaia is not going anywhere in my collection anytime soon. It remains a very high on my top solo games list, and I think it's experiences like this, the humbling that still happens every now and again. That way that this game just really evades mastery or any real feeling of mastery. Oh, you think you're good at Gaia? Like, oh, have this set up. Just get walloped, right? And like, sure, I'm sure that there's all these games. I'm sure there's always people that are better than me, and I'm sure there's some master level player that will look at this and be like, yeah, that was a mistake. I would have done this, and I would have scored 300 points and crushed. And great, that's really good for them. That is definitely not my quick bye then. All right, Otis, thanks for stopping in. Anything you want to see in the channel? Again, questions, comments, epiphanies, put all that in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, if you want to see what's coming up next, doing a live stream of, I don't even know, something next week. Let me see. What am I doing a live stream of next week? I am doing a live stream of Google Docs. I'm doing a live stream of, like, you have a Google Docs for your channel? I do. I'm doing a live stream of Darkest Night next week. Yeah, I thought about only putting that on the channel once, and I decided I did want to get it on the channel one more time, so look out for that next week. I'm excited to get that box off the shelf. I haven't played that in way too long. Fun little game. Well, fun little, fun big game for sure. On Sunday, I will have a Spirit Island scenario coming out. I just posted yesterday, came out a couple days late, just had a lot of stuff going on personally, but I posted a patches playthrough, so Too Many Bones Friends should be enjoying that one already, but just tons and tons of new content coming out. So if you want to see the exact schedule, I will have to put up a refreshed schedule soon, but about a week before every month, I put it on my Patreon page. Link is in the description to this video below. So if you haven't checked that out yet, definitely go see what I do over there. Any tiers of support, if supporting the channel is something that you are interested in, I could definitely use it. But either way, I appreciate everything that people do to show me how much they still enjoy this channel, and I look forward to continuing to grow it in the months and years to come, I dare say. But until next time, hope for brighter days in future playthroughs. I'm going to go lick my wounds and drink a beer. Is probably what is in store for me. But until next time, thanks for joining me and happy gaming.